I love the Power Glove.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the Power Glove.
No time for time travel.
Welcome to another episode of No Time for Time Travel podcast, where we are a podcast for nerds by nerds. My name is Tony, and joining me all the way from Sweden, which I wish I am in right now, is Kwok.
Hello there. What do you mean you wish you were in?
Because we are recording on a Friday night here, which is Saturday over in Sweden. And some of you know that I live in SoCal, and we just experienced an earthquake that was...
Oh, and I can't believe I'm going to come back to that. Yay.
I know. Welcome back, Kwok.
Oh, man.
Dude, so for those who don't know, in California, in SoCal, so I live in Orange County. There is this area called Ridgecrest, which is like more like inland and north from us. It got hit with an earthquake yesterday on July 4th. It was a 6.2 magnitude. And then this morning, early morning, was a 5.4. And then just a few hours ago before we recorded this, like at 8:30 p.m., it was a 7.1. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. Like it was like the largest SoCal experience an earthquake in like at least 20 years or something. Yeah, so that was insane, and that was also, it was long too. It was like a rolling earthquake. So It felt like, if those mechanized bull rides. Like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you were standing on one of those, that's what it would be like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was in the middle of driving, so I didn't feel it as much. And my fiance, we were at a birthday dinner for my fiance, and we were in the middle of going from dinner to dessert, and that's when it happened. And then my fiance's friend's car, she drove a Tesla, and it stalled. It stalled, and then the car just wouldn't let him start the car because there was too much movement. I guess the suspension felt it, and then the car was just out of its control, and it was stuck in the middle of the road until the earthquake ended.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's dangerous.
Did your car stop too?
No, mine didn't. And I think it's because mine was before they added the smart suspension stuff. So I have an older version of the Tesla. So he has the newer Model 3 one. Mine is an old Model S. Oh. And yeah, so I don't know what happened. But then our other friend who drives a Model 3, it didn't stall. So I don't know. It was just really weird.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's funny. Yesterday... I guess it's not funny. It's scary. But yesterday, after the 6.4? They said that there was a less than 6% chance that the next quake would be bigger than that one. So this is that less than 6%.
So is this considered an aftershock? No, right?
No. So the one yesterday was considered a foreshock. So this is what they're saying is this is the main one, potentially the main one. And then there's going to be aftershocks. But yesterday's earthquake, up until today, there were 1,400 aftershocks in that area, man.
1,400?
Yes.
Holy man.
And 1,400, and many of them were over magnitude of 4 point something. So they just constantly felt like people closer to that area just constantly felt like rolling aftershocks every few minutes or so.
So you're like constantly at sea.
Pretty much. Except the floor is breaking under you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there were like pictures too of the roads like being ripped apart.
There's what?
The roads?
Ripped apart?
Yeah, like it looks like giant cracks just ripped apart the roads.
Wow.
It's like crazy. Yeah, it's scary. And then they even said, oh yeah, and there's also a 6% chance that the next one will be even bigger than this one. So, yeah. Let's hope it doesn't hit on my wedding next week.
Then we could say it's a groundbreaking event.
Yeah, you're not the first person that said that.
Oh, damn it.
Someone beat me to it. It was like earth-shattering wedding.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, for those of you who are listening, we are a podcast for nerds by nerds. And we usually get a topic suggestion from you guys to discuss as the topic of the episode. We got some interesting ones today. Let me pull them up while Kwok fills in discussion with something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I remember like you were talking about like some of the topics that we had, and one of them was Spider-Man, the new one, Far From Home.
Oh yeah.
And I tried to watch it, and then I found out like after the first 5 minutes that it spoiled for Endgame, and I haven't watched Endgame yet. So I'm like, nope, not watching this anymore.
So you walked out of the theater.
Yes, theater.
Yes. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. So that was one of the topics. Let me hold on. Let me pull this up. Yeah. So it was Adam Redding from Super Best Friend Video Game Sleepover. He wanted us to talk about Spider-Man, and then was it Nick from Just Another Game? Sorry, Nick is Just Another Game blog, GMG blog. He just posted a picture of Tobey Maguire doing a snap and emo dance. Yeah, so, and then Judge Greg suggested we talk about trigonometric substitution. Okay, thanks, Judge Greg. And then One Track Punk, John Layola from One Track Gamers, he suggested we talk about Stranger Things. So those are going to be our main 3 topics today. Some will be longer than others, but we will try to get through all 3 of them. So yeah, but yeah, before we get to that, how have you been doing?
I guess I think I've been pretty stressed.
Dude, I was just in an earthquake, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's like minor compared to that. Because before, like, California has just been known to have earthquakes, but it's just like a thing that's there but not really there.
It's been quiet for a very long time.
Yeah, for like 20 years.
Yeah.
So like you get an earthquake every now and then, it'll be just like very minimal, and I will sleep through most of them.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, there's a lot of news, and it's one after another. So now I think it's crazier for my parents and everything. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you talk to them yet? Did you get to?
No, not yet. I didn't know about the earthquake situation until like now.
Okay then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give them a call after this. Or no,
it's too late now. So, yeah, probably like tomorrow.
Yeah. No, but then I've been just packing for stuff. Oh, and I guess another news is I haven't told a lot of people in California yet, but I think I'm gonna be moving again. So I won't be Quark from Sweden. I'll be Quark from Paris.
Oh, well then, I guess our honeymoon won't go to Sweden.
I figured I should tell you before you make a surprise visit.
Well, we just asked Paris and chose Sweden, so now I'm gonna have to go back and rethink that.
Okay. Well, when were you planning to go?
November.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So in case you were gonna book, go then.
Okay. Is there a reason why you're moving to Paris?
Yeah, I'll be working with a new studio. They're called OBB. So they made a game called Frag recently, which is like a mobile shooter.
Yeah, I know Frag.
Oh, okay. Did you play it?
I thought I did. I think I have it on my phone actually.
Oh, okay.
Frag. Yeah, I have Frag. Yeah, isn't that?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I told you about it, right?
Yeah. That's the 3v3, right? Or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so I'll be working on that game for a bit, but there will be they tend to work on a bunch of small random games as well. Not small, but other random games as well. So we'll see what they come up with next.
Okay. What's the name of the company again?
OBB. OHBIBI.
Oh, because I literally typed in OBB. Like letters O and B and B. That's cool. Do they only work on mobile games?
Yeah, so far at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I figured I was gonna tell everybody at the wedding, but I need to make sure you know first in case you make decisions like the honeymoon thing.
Okay.
In advance.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So I've been just worrying a lot more about paperwork, about how things are done in Stockholm, Sweden, things I need to take care of in terms of like taxes and everything before I need to go to a new country, and then packing for the new country as well as the wedding. So I'll be going like right after not right after, like 2 days or something after I come back from the wedding.
Oh, so you're done with your current place when like right now, and then you start the new place after the wedding?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Cool.
Yeah. So everything has just been like, need to pack, need to make sure what I need to bring, because I need to put some stuff in storage and not use for a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's optional because, but then I just didn't want to move to a temporary apartment and then have all my stuff and then move all that stuff again later on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I had to figure like, okay, I just need to figure out what I need to bring. That's a necessity. and then make sure that that what's a necessity is enough for also like the wedding, which I assume isn't that much.
Yeah, I mean,
and then,
I have the suit and tie and dress shirt and belt and sock, everything like for you, like for the official part.
cool.
So,
And then my dad has dress shoes. So
yeah. The only thing you'll probably need is dress shoes because everything else is like included.
yeah. And my dad told me like, oh, I bought you new dress shoes. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, perfect.
Cool.
I have the new complete set.
Yeah.
So I just need to make sure that I have everything and pack it. Make sure I have enough room to pack it with me when I come back. And then,
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. At least you'll probably have better internet now.
I hope so.
Yeah, and then maybe you could actually play your Switch online.
Yeah.
It's been like how long now?
That's one of the perks.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm moving to Paris. Why? So I can play Switch online.
For new listeners who don't know, I have a Switch that Tony and my other friends back in California got me for. Oh no, not Tony. Well, a few of my friends chipped in and got me. And I brought it back to Stockholm, and I thought like, okay, I'll go online. I'll start buying like some games, start playing, or download a patch demo, try it out. And the first thing I noticed is that my Switch doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi or like the building's Wi-Fi at all, and specifically mine, like the one that's part of my building. I could try to connect to like other people's Wi-Fi and it won't have an error, but I need a password. And then the other funny thing is that I have a 3DS and that connects to the Wi-Fi just fine. And I looked it up online, and it's specifically, and there was a person who had specifically the same problem, and they said it's because of the certain network that it's hooked up with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, why is it so specific?
Is it because of? I think it's like the NAT type or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So it was just like really random, because I'm like, oh, is something wrong with the Switch? But apparently there is a specific network that's not compatible with the Switch. So in case you guys experience that in the future, it's not your Switch. It's probably just your Wi-Fi internet.
Yeah, it's something you would experience with any kind of mobile gaming device. And even a PlayStation 4, right? If you're going to use it to connect Wi-Fi at your place, it will still not work. And the reason why is that type, it prevents, I think it was preventing uploads or something like that. Because you can download fine, but then I think there's a problem uploading because it's blocked by the router.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the only way to do that, like to get past that, is you go into your... See, I know you can't do this because you don't own that router, but if you were able to go into router configuration, you would either do port forwarding or you enable your specific device IP as on the DMZ. So the DMZ is like the demilitarized zone or whatever it is. And it basically just allows any traffic from the internet going through the router to go directly to that device.
Oh, man. Oh, so that's what port forwarding does. Okay.
Yeah, port forwarding or doing a DMZ. DMZ is a little bit riskier because it allows all traffic from internet to go to that device, where port forwarding is specifically listening to the ports for that online gaming and stuff.
Yeah, so now, because before, like when I had my own router and everything, I saw the port forwarding, but I never knew the point of it. And then now I guess I do. It is like some sort of context.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really know much about it too. I kind of knew a little bit, like, oh yeah, I got to turn these things on. But the class that I was taking is communications and networking. So this class that I've taken for the last like 7 weeks as part of my master's certificate thing, whatever. It's actually helped me so much in like knowing how to do networking. So
it's interesting. Oh yeah, because you're taking a lot of I remember you were talking about your networking class.
Yeah, it's like my favorite class so far in the healthcare informatics certificate program. So
interesting.
Yeah, because it's the only class so far that is brand new material that I haven't seen before, and it's also useful because I took all that knowledge and applied it to setting up the network in my fiance's house.
Okay.
So yeah,
so you had to set everything up, and you learned it so you could set everything up.
Yeah. Because like the projects we get in that are like you have this hospital here and you have a hospital 15 miles away. How do you get that hospital 15 miles away to be, logging into the hospital here and using this hospital's data center to use applications here through cloud computing at that other hospital, but account for privacy and encryption as well. So it's kind of like you got to think about all these different aspects of like super high level and then a little bit on the detail level to like it's like a puzzle on trying to figure out the best solution,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And I sound excited, but I'm probably just learning just a surface level. I know there's IT specialists out there that know much more detail than me. But it's exciting to me to learn this stuff. So
that's cool though.
Yeah. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, what else are you doing? Is that all your updates or
that's pretty much just it. It's just me packing.
Okay, cool. I'll probably see you soon too. You're gonna get here on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay. Okay. You okay to move on to the news?
Yep, let's do that.
Okay. So some news items. You know who Melissa McCarthy is?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's in talks to be Ursula in the Little Mermaid movie.
Wait, didn't we talk about it last time?
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna switch to the next one. There's a singer, a 19-year-old singer named Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry, Halle Bailey.
Okay.
Because people got confused. She got, I think she's casted as Ariel.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then I think they're casting Aquafina as some character. I forgot. Let me check.
Oh, the Aquafina as water. the water brand used in Little Mermaid, Aquafina.
Wait, do you know who Aquafina is?
No, I know actually.
Oh, she's one of the big Asian actresses that's been in a lot of movies lately. She was in Crazy Rich Asians as one of the main side characters.
Oh, okay. The
best friend.
The best friend of the girl, right?
Yeah. So
okay, but it's just really weird that it's Aquafina and it's a water brand.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know. But then she spells aqua like awkward. Like
awkward,
like awkward, but without the word Aquafina.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense now.
I'm trying to find
the
thing that lists Aquafina as which character. Can't find it. Do you see it anywhere?
Let me see if I can find it.
They're in talks to join, but I don't see which characters. Oh, okay.
Scuttle.
Yeah, Scuttle. The seagull. Okay, so actually my fiance told me this, but I was thinking, I thought the seagull in the original one was a guy, right?
Yeah.
So now it's gonna be a female, which it's fine because like the boa in Jungle Book was a guy in the original, but then was it Scarlett Johansson in the new one?
Was it? I didn't know. I didn't watch the new one.
Oh, okay. What's the name?
Jungle Book. Snake.
Yeah, Ka. Ka was voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, that's interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean her voice does sound like a snake sometimes.
It's so sad.
Kind of.
No, I know, but it's just like what you're associated with, and you just hear the voice like, oh, you sound like a snake.
Yeah, it's funny too because like in Jungle Book, it's like, oh, Mufasa, and it will be. Sorry, not Jungle Book. I mean Lion King. Mufasa is James Earl Jones because no one can replace James Earl Jones. It's like, oh yeah, only Darth Vader can play Mufasa.
Oh man, how old is he now? He's pretty old, isn't he?
Yeah. Let's see. What else? What other news? I had a few news items. I don't think I wrote everything. Oh yeah, Mad Magazine. You know Mad Magazine?
That's old, isn't it?
Yeah, they're shutting down. Like, for real. Like, they're gone. They're gonna be gone. That's kind of insane. I mean,
wow.
It makes sense. Mad Magazine would, be shutting down, but it's still sad because it's something that we grew up with.
I actually didn't know they were still going on.
Me neither. So, yeah. Now they're really not going on.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other things? Do you have any news items?
No. Nothing new for me.
Okay. Let's see. The heck? Fortnite and Stranger Things crossover? Huh? Okay. I don't know what that is. Cool. Detective Pikachu, Warner Brothers is going to bring it to San Diego Comic-Con with a special event. Let's see. Marvel Spider-Man adds new stealth suits. Oh, that is cool. Sorry. I was just reading the headline in the middle of it and I'm just like excited. So, Spider-Man Far From Home, like in the movie, he gets a stealth suit. It's in the trailers and everything. It's like the black suit. And in the Marvel Spider-Man video game, they just gave a free update that allows you to use the stealth suit from Far From Home.
Oh, that's good. It's cool. Nice.
I like that it's free.
Yeah, I'm glad that games still do that.
Yeah.
Update it.
Yeah, for free. I mean, update is one thing, but for free.
It's funny, but then it's because like everything costs money now as like a microtransaction.
Yeah.
That's why like Tony's excited as he is.
Yeah, you don't know how much money I spend on like microtransactions.
Yeah, it's not like a healthy. Personally, I don't feel like it's a healthy thing for the industry or the game industry to go down that route of like microtransaction to sustain yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next news item is Spider-Man Far From Home. It actually raked in the second biggest like July 4th opening ever.
So it was released on July 4th?
It was released on July 2nd. Yeah, 2nd.
Okay, 2nd.
So, but it's the second best July 4th ever. Like, it passes 300 million worldwide.
Oh, wow.
And then 3-day total is 91 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. For the US, 25 million on July 4th alone. That's pretty good. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to beat records because it's not really a well, like, advertised movie.
Yeah.
But I guess coming off the heels of Endgame, everyone's probably like, oh, what's happening next? Because Endgame was like, it's called Endgame, and it kind of felt like the end. So it's kind of like, oh, where are they going to go from here? You know, so
yeah.
So that's probably why a lot of people watched it. Yeah, let's see. I don't have any other news items. I know I might be missing something, but you know, I just don't have anything right now.
No? Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the topic of the episode.
Topics. Yes, the topics. Oh.
Topic of the episode.
All right. So, first thing. Man, Josh Greg. So, trigonometric substitutions. Do you remember what they are?
Well, I looked them up. I remember it was like calculus stuff that I had to deal with back then. And I looked it up. I'm like, oh, it's these things about like sine over cosine and then cosecant and all that stuff.
And then the thetas, and then you have to take the thetas equal something, you replace it with another thing, and then you have to leave the sine over cosine. Sorry, what is it? Sine is equal to something over, I don't know.
Sine is the opposite and the over the hypotenuse, whatever that is. And cosine is the adjacent one over the hypotenuse, and then tangent is like opposite and adjacent, and then you have like the
cosine,
secant, and cosecant.
Cosecant, cotangent. And what's the other one?
Which is like the inverse of that. So you're replacing a lot more of. It's like knowing the certain formula for a certain thing, and then knowing what sine is or cosine is, and then finding what and plugging it in to find out what the missing value is.
It's crazy because like when I look at it now, I'm like, how did I even learn this in school?
Yeah.
It's like I look at it, I'm like, I know that I did this and I know that I did this well, but now it's gibberish, but it's familiar, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So it makes me wonder. And then now that I'm an adult, I'm like, when do I ever use this?
Yeah, right. It's like oh, you're gonna eventually use this one day in your life. You should learn it. And then it's like we go through like half our adult life is like, no, I didn't use it. I know.
Yeah, I mean, like it might be like useful for other fields of occupations, like something maybe more that deals more with like engineering.
Yeah.
Or scientific things that relates to formulas, but for us, who's just like an artist and a informatic pharmacist, it doesn't come. We don't use this as often as we would think.
Yeah,
At all.
and it's also funny. I remember growing up when we were learning these things, and then it's just like, oh, why do I have to learn this? And then, one thing is like you'll probably use it. The other thing is like, well, you're not always gonna have a calculator, so you need to learn this. And it's like, dude, nowadays everyone has a calculator built into their phone. Like, so
Yeah.
it's like there's like no like future thought process back then.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. It makes me question like the education system a bit, but I don't know anymore. I think at some point, I think you could learn math up to a certain point, and then after a certain point, it becomes. I feel like it should be an optional thing.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
it's just like, okay, if you go past this limit, that means you really want to get into becoming like a mathematician of a sort, and then before that, you're like, okay, this is where you can just stop and you don't really need to go on anymore. Because I remember in college, there were like additional math courses if you didn't pass or didn't have a high score in like the exam or during high school.
Mm-hmm.
So you would probably take this again. And I'm like, oh, good thing I did well.
Yeah. No, I agree with that because not everybody is going to use that level of math in their lives. And there should be, a base knowledge that everyone should have, but it gets to that point, right? Like you gotta come on, if they know that they're gonna go into a certain field, like let's say they know they're gonna be a musician, right? Then don't start teaching them like advanced multivariable calculus. Like they should spend that time practicing for their music because that additional practice is gonna make them even an expert faster. So it's tough though because it's I think there's also that societal and family pressure for certain people too. So
yeah, no, I agree. But it's also like the argument of like when you're young, like in high school or something, not a lot of people know what they want to be when they grow up just yet. So it's just like experimenting with like you're being thrown a whole bunch of random topics that you may or may not like. And then you're like, okay, well, here's this. What do you think? Here's more of this. What do you think? But
you still don't like it? Well, here's more.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of like what you're saying as well. It's like the society thing, right? The society pressure of like or influence of just that we're so accustomed to leveling up in a way, like the certain rank of education. That's like, okay, like in high school we have like the AP classes, which are like advanced placement, right? So it's like, you did really well in the regular history. Let's make it more challenging and put you in more like advanced history and see what happens, or advanced placement history, and see how far you can go with that. I mean, I guess it's cool if people are really into it, but at the same time, it's just like, well, are you just filling out the schedule because they're already too smart for where it is, and then you don't know what to do? So
yeah, what's interesting that you brought that up. So some students, right? They go in schools and there's like classes that they really surpass, and then they would finish high school early and go to college early, right? As a young age. And then there are schools where instead of them going to college early, they get put into advanced placement classes. And I was always curious, like, why put them in AP classes, which are touted as college level classes, when they can graduate early and just go to real college instead of like taking AP classes that they're going to probably have to repeat later in college? Yeah.
I think it's more of like there's like a, what do you call it? The age section. It's like, it's like, let's say you're like 13 or like 14 or something, and then you're thrown into a world where it's like people who are 18 to 22-year-old. So it's just like, I guess at the time it's not a very common thing, and it's just like you're not given the option to explore youth or something or within the same age group.
Oh, I see.
But that's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure, but
that makes sense.
It might also be like a society thing that you were mentioning. If it's a common thing where like all age, it's kind of like known to have to be in like any random education tier, then it might be more of a common thing. But the way that it is now, we're just kind of like, okay, well, from 13 to 18-year-old, you're going to be high schoolers and you have this knowledge of education or supposed to have this knowledge of education and you hang out with these people, this kind of group. But I don't know. What you say makes complete sense because sometimes kids mature really fast and they feel like they don't want to hang out within the same age group.
Yeah, no, that's really true too. I didn't think about it that way because I've seen like, I would imagine that those that learn fast also are able to kind of know right from wrong fast, but I guess that's not really true for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a weird system, but I think it's one of the things that's so deep rooted that's hard to just change right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. That topic suggestion, just great because we just became existential and then started like criticizing the education system. So thanks for that. I guess we can move on to the next topic. Let's talk about Stranger Things, suggested by John Layola. Okay.
I haven't watched season 2 yet.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't either. And then I tried to, and I think I just got caught up with so many other shows. And yeah, we all know like that there's season 3. So yeah, but we haven't even seen season 2. So
yeah. So at the same time, we didn't want to watch too much because it might spoil season 2. We were gonna watch eventually.
Yeah, it's kind of like you watching Spider-Man: Far From Home and then not watching Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out the hard way.
Yeah. So So Stranger Things. I mean, I guess what do you like about Stranger Things?
I mean, I haven't watched season 2, so maybe it touched a lot more about certain topics. But I think it was just like it was really unique in a sense that it has like, what do you call it, a nostalgia vibe, and it's just it has like the idea of being of a different world within the same world, or like a parallel world, right?
Yeah, the upside down.
It's really interesting. And I remember like when I was watching season 1, it was like really slow pace for me. I was watching it. I was able to watch it casually for like the first 4 or 5 episodes. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh, well, episode 1's done. And I would just continue watching it, but then it slowly picks up later on. And when it got more into the paranormal things of like the upside down and then all that jazz, and it's like, oh wow, this is a really interesting concept. And then I think that was where it kind of drew me in a little bit more. Like you're on the other side in the parallel world, but you're able to interact with the other world, which reminds me of like some similar games that I played in the past, like Flash games, where like they're like puzzle games, platformer games, where you would go to, let's say, like there's a wall in there, but then by some sort of story background, it's kind of like a mirror. So you go into like the upside down version, which essentially is like the flip version where you're on the other side, and on the other side there's no walls and nothing at all. So you switch to that world, walk through the puzzle, and then you switch back and forth to solve certain puzzles. And for me, I think that show kind of encompasses those games. And it was like, oh man, it's cool to see how this concept would work in like a show or a movie.
It's funny that you say the game because like right now, you just reminded me that there is a Stranger Things 3 game. It's on the Switch, and I just pulled up the store right now. And it is like an old style, like maybe 16-bit style game. And it looks really cool. It's like isometric perspective.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's, let's see. Stranger Things 3, the game, is the official companion game to Season 3 of the hit original series. Play through familiar events from the series while also uncovering never-before-seen quests, character interactions, and secrets. This adventure game blends a distinctively retro art style with modern gameplay mechanics to deliver nostalgic fun with a fresh new twist. So that sounds cool. You could do two-player local co-op as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my gosh. It looks like a 16-bit game, but it's 1.4 gigabytes.
It's a lot of memory.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah. I mean, I agree with like most of what you said about Stranger Things, and I wish I had more time to, catch up on season 2 and 3. Because there's so many good shows that I just like, was trying to catch up on. And even then, there's still other ones I need to watch. Like, I still need to watch a bunch of Black Mirror. Like, it's...
Oh, I haven't even started on that.
Do not start on the first episode. You got to pick and choose with that because it's an anthology show.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one will just make you not want to watch it. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, I kind of wish that, you know what, I'm a little worried that Stranger Things will be canceled because it seems like Netflix is arbitrarily just canceling series in their third season.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you look, it's mostly second and third season that shows are getting canceled. And even if it's like, you know, being watched a lot, it's not drawing enough buzz. And then that's what is driving them to cancel it. That's the theory, but no one really knows. Because they don't really release their public numbers, you know? So we don't really know why they would cancel a show.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, seems like 3 is the right number of seasons that these shows usually get. So I don't know.
Yeah. I do hope, like, they don't, like, drag out the IP of Stranger Things just to make money.
The kids are growing up fast, though. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So I just hope, like, they don't just make it long and just drag it out, like drag out the storyline. Like when it should end, is it just end? It shouldn't just like, oh, when the series is doing so well, let's make more, and then the story becomes like really dry and boring. And you're just like, okay, why is it still going on?
It's like, oh, instead of the upside down, we're going to introduce the left side right.
The inside out.
Inside out. And then we're going to get sued by Disney.
Yeah. No, it's just, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. What's the next topic? Spider-Man Far From Home. So I'm going to give a quick review about that. So this is going to be a quick discussion, and we can maybe talk about like other Spider-Man stuff, but it's a non-spoiler review just because Quack has not seen it yet, and I do not want to... Wait, what was that?
I said, sorry, listeners.
Yeah. So I will say there was a lot more unexpected turns than I expected. So it felt like M. Night Shyamalan if he was good.
Oh, if he was good. Okay.
And working for Marvel. So yeah, that was good. I like the character interactions. Like, dude, the freaking movie just basically reset the entire like mindset that you have about the world. Because it kind of like, because if you watch Endgame, then you kind of feel like a finality with the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Mm-hmm. When you watch Spider-Man, it kind of it's basically like, no, we're not done yet. like screw you, we're here to stay, and then this is because this is gonna happen. So it kind of just had some twists and turns in it that just made you ask so many more questions about what's gonna happen next. Because now you kind of see that there can be a story with it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a self-contained story that has the potential for a major expansion into the next phase of Marvel.
Okay.
And yeah, I can't really go into more detail, otherwise it'll be spoilers. But yeah, like I think that was pretty good. Like if you watch it, you probably would enjoy it because it still captures that, you know, high schooly feel of Peter Parker well, and it addresses questions that you would have if you watched Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like Kevin Feige did say that Spider-Man Far From Home is the true ending of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Phase 1 to 4, not Endgame, but Far From Home. So watching it actually makes sense why he said that.
Okay. So Endgame is not the end.
Yeah, Endgame feels like the end, but then it's like Spider-Man feels more like an epilogue of sorts. An epilogue, and then kind of like, what's next? Yeah. So, yeah. I think that's all I got for that. And
I heard there's Tobey Maguire.
What?
I heard this is Tobey Maguire in...
What about Tobey Maguire?
Like in Far From Home?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I don't know. I see like a lot of... When I search like Spider-Man 3... Far From Home, I was like, why is like Tobey Maguire popped up in the search? I'm like, okay. And I didn't follow forward with the search, so that's why I'm like, oh, is he in it? Well, I guess not.
Okay, so technically, like, yeah, he's not in it, but there are things that happen that make you question whether that series of movie is part of canon. Does that make sense?
No, not yet. I guess I just need to watch it.
Yeah, so there are things in that movie that if Tobey Maguire was in it, then you wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Yeah, so, yeah. I think, like, that's the best way I could say it without spoilers. So, yeah, this movie makes it more possible that Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire can be a cameo.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like really confused when I was trying to just see like trailers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, why is it questions like will Tobey Maguire or like Tobey Maguire in Far From Home? I was like, what?
Well,
what,
it's
what
also,
is this?
it's a thing because you know that the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
Mhm.
it introduced the idea of multiverse, multiple Spider-Verses. So, and then originally, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man were in talks to be in the Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Okay.
It almost happened. So it's more like, they're not afraid to do this. So why not just do this for Far From Home? Because it's still a Sony property.
Oh, okay. That's true.
Yeah. But having said that, people are just saying, oh no, they're never going to do it. They're never going to do it for the Spider-Man Marvel Cinematic Universe one. But watching this movie, after you finish it, you're like, oh shoot, they may do it. It'd be nice. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, yep. Do you have any other questions about that movie?
No, I'm good.
Okay, let's move on to the mailbag.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail. You.
All right, I'm looking up the mailbag right now. Hold on. So, question was, what are you looking forward to at San Diego Comic-Con? Judge Greg said, that's soon. Yeah, I don't care about San Diego Comic-Con. So, yeah. It's because he doesn't like crowds. And
okay. Makes sense.
John Loyola says the Jay and Silent Bob reboot trailer. Hopefully. That's cool. Lee, Unwary Duck, he says, he posts a picture of Henry Cavill as The Witcher, and he says this. Also, I hear those goofy Marvel guys are still trying to get their movie series off the ground. Best of luck to them, I say. Yep, that's it. Let's see. What should the question be for this week?
Let's see. I don't know. Because, I don't know what's up next besides Comic-Con. Which is like right after your wedding. The week after your wedding.
D23, but then we already talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Well, actually, we didn't ask the audience what they were looking forward to for D23, so we could talk about that.
Yeah, I guess, that's far away though, right? It's like 2-3 months.
It's in August, man.
Oh. Wait, that was September.
No, D23 is in, let me check. I thought it was in August.
No, you might be right. I'm not sure. I don't know things.
I thought that's what our tickets say. Let me check. D23, yeah, August 23rd.
Oh, okay, yeah, end of August, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a good month.
Yeah. Okay.
We can also talk about ask who they think certain cast or who they want to see for cast for Little Mermaid, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, tell us your dream cast of Little Mermaid. Like just Ariel or everybody?
Just a random character. It's just to be one character, or it doesn't have to be everybody, or everybody if they want to.
Okay.
But I don't know that many people, but let me see. This will be a challenge for me.
I'm gonna say Jason Momoa as King Triton.
Yeah. It makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. So I think. Hold on. What's his name? Oh my god. Oh yeah, I think. Imagine Samuel L. Jackson as Sebastian.
Oh man, he's a. Oh man, I'm just imagining him as like, get these mother effing humans out of this mother effing sea. Oh man, that's good. Who else?
Let's see. I'm trying to see who else would be fun.
Michael Cera could be Flounder.
Michael Cera is
the stereotyped awkward guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He has like a very like nice guy kind of voice.
I feel like he would be a better casted as what you call it? Totally forgot the name already. What's the sequel name again?
What? The what?
The sequel?
Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
There's a sequel?
No, the seagull.
Oh, the seagull. Oh yeah. Scuttle?
Yeah. I feel like he might be better fitted for Scuttle.
But Scuttle, isn't he like an older character? Like he sounds like an older, like goofy old man.
Yeah. I mean, I think just because of the awkwardness.
Oh, I think Mr. Bean would be good. Rowan Atkinson.
But he doesn't he doesn't say anything. He just acted out.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd actually be pretty good. If Mr. Bean was Scuttle.
He did the motion capture. It's like, why does that seagull look like Mr. Bean?
What if he's the prince?
Prince Eric? Oh man.
Oh, you know what would be funny? Okay. Well, I don't know how it will work. But if Ariel was Mr. Bean, and Mr. Bean was Ariel, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you know how like there's a phase where like she can't
talk. Oh man.
Huh?
Oh, I guess so.
I mean, it's just him with a wig. It's fine. It's magic.
Yeah.
They could do a lot of things with 3D now.
Yeah. Mm.
That'd be pretty funny, actually. I would kind of pay to watch it if that happens.
I think Adele would be a good Ursula, actually.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh, yeah.
Because she has the voice, like the deep-sounding Ursula voice.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I think, you're right.
You know the two eels? Like the
Yeah. They're minions.
I'm thinking of Penn and Teller.
Do they do like magic trick?
Yeah. It's like electricity magic or something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That's how they get like Ariel, like lure Ariel to Ursula, right? By showing them like magic trick.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh look, come. We have
so
more
funny.
magic trick.
Yeah. Who else is in that movie? I mean, we didn't really cast Prince Eric, but I think Prince Eric's obvious choice is Zac Efron.
Oh, Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Why is it obvious choice?
I mean, he's always like that guy.
Oh, I mean, I guess so.
I mean, if you're okay with an older character, then I would say, what's his name? The guy who played the old Cyclops, James Marsden.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, James Marsden. This is the guy who gets screwed over a lot in every movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Like in X-Men, he got screwed over.
Oh, is it just like a pity role? It was like, oh yeah, you get screwed over in most movies. Like, you know what? Here, have the girl.
Yeah.
She may be. Oh, I don't want to go into that topic.
or Leonardo DiCaprio as Prince Eric. He'd be just over the top, actually. He'd be over the top.
I could actually see Leonardo.
Huh, maybe. He also gets screwed over in all his movies.
Yeah. We can't give you an award, but here's a girl.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins can be King Triton, actually.
Anthony Hopkins? Really?
Because he plays Odin in Thor.
Oh, wait. Oh, he does. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't realize it was him, huh?
No.
That long hair, masked it.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Yeah. I guess I see it now, but CG goes a long way.
I think that's just a wig.
See, the modern technology came a long way.
It's like CG. It's not computer graphics. No, it's just costume graphics.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So tell us your casting for Little Mermaid, like any character on there. All right, let's move on to the final lap. I really suck at playing games on Twitch. I haven't done it for a while because I'm busy. So sorry guys, but hey, we have a Twitch channel. so yeah. And anything else to promote?
Well, maybe after your wedding, you can have more time and let's just unwind.
Dude, I really want to play Oculus Quest on Twitch, but it's so hard to get that set up to work.
Wait, why?
Because you didn't have to like get your Oculus Quest paired to your phone, which I have big issues with that. It's not pairing for some reason. But then once you are able to pair it, then you cast it to your phone, but then you use your phone to cast that to a Google Chromecast, which is the Google Chromecast has to be connected to your computer and then be in a mode where it treats your monitor like a TV, and then it casts to that screen, and then you use OB Studio to stream that screen of the cast from your phone from the VR set.
Oh my god.
So it's like, why is this so complicated?
Yeah, it's just like tethering a whole bunch of things together.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay. We'll wait a year or two when technology supports it more fluidly.
I mean, I could do Facebook Share, but then it goes onto my personal Facebook account, which I don't want. So
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else to promote?
Same, I guess. Just check out our friend Steve at mindfulbuilder.com, and then I think I'll call Vince today and just check up to see how he's doing with all the earthquake and everything. I should call people in California.
Yeah, man, that is scary. I'm like, I feel like I want to get like all the emergency packs ready and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Like when we were kids, they had like all these emergency packs for equipment that that kind of enforces you to have for earthquake situations.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, when you become an adult, just kind of dies off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if it's still like being enforced when they're younger now or in school.
A few years ago it was, and when I was in pharmacy school, we actually did have emergency packs like prepped and stuff, because at that time they were really, really saying that, oh, you guys need to prepare for the big one, and all that stuff was happening, and so we did have it, and then after that it just went away, and kind of just went quiet again. So yep.
Yeah, that's the thing with like natural disasters, is you don't know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. Well then, no time for time travel. I can't talk. No time for time travel. Signing off. Herdinger Warp Speed. Oh wait, not yet. No, see it yet. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Forgot to tell you guys. Since next week I'm getting married, we're not gonna have a live episode, like a real time episode. We're still gonna have something for you guys, but we won't have an actual live, like up-to-date news episode until 2 weeks later, because next week is the wedding for me, and then the week after that I'm going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. So then the week after that is when we will resume, but for you guys, you will still have something to listen to. Just FYI. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. See ya.
Bye.
I love the Power Club.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the Power Club.
No time for time travel.